Happy Saturday, everyone. It's your girl Alexis, aka Lexi, aka Lexington. Okay, I am the owner of FlexingtonFashion.com if you didn't know that already. So definitely check the description because my website will be in there. So I am a fashion designer, I am a seamstress, I am a candle maker, I am a small entrepreneur trying to be a big thing. Oh, and I'm an educated baddie, okay? So I got a degree, okay? Now I'm a YouTuber. So yes, I will be on YouTube. I want to use this YouTube channel to really like help out girls who want to, I guess, either start a clothing brand, make your own samples. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so we can grow together. Also, to spark off my channel too, I did a candle commercial, so if you haven't seen it already, please go check that out. Like the video as well. And I did the candle commercial all by myself. It was so much fun, but it was difficult and it took me some time, so definitely show some love because it was worth it. So to spark off the fashion side, I want to show you guys how I make a tube dress. Tube dresses are so simple to make. It's literally like your measurements, some pattern paper if you have it. Even if you have a dress on like hand that you like, that's a tube style kind of dress, you could use that as a pattern. If you want to follow me as I'm doing it, I will list the items that I'm using below, like the fabric or where I get some of my tools like my rulers and stuff like that. I will list all of that below, so please check that out and we can make it together. And if you have questions, then drop the questions in the comments, and then after this video I'm gonna review it. So let's get into it. So to get started, this is the fabric that I'll be using. It is a pink and brown and cream marble print spandex. But the cool thing about this fabric is that it's four-way stretch. So you're probably like, what the hell is four-way stretch? Four-way stretch is when the fabric stretch on each side. So my fabric stretches this way, and then if I turn it around, stretch this way too. And that is great for designers because a lot of the time, or sometimes, if you're perfect, you know, kudos to you. I'm not perfect, but sometimes you make mistakes when you're like taking someone's measurements and then you make a pattern and then you cut it out and it doesn't fit the right way. So what stretchy fabric or four-way stretch fabric is going to stretch either up, down, or to the side. And I will be using just regular white thread. I also list where I got this from too, just so you guys, you know where I got it from if you want to get it yourself. And I have like a regular ruler, and this is just for making the pattern. So yeah, you need this. Is a hip or a curve ruler. This is all, first of all, this is broken, okay? I had this freaking, what is it? It's a French curve ruler, and this is like for armholes. So like, wait, no, it's like this. I had this in school and I feel like somebody broke this and then switched mine, because I swear to God I don't remember breaking it, but I think somebody switched it. But I accidentally stole somebody's hip curve before, no, French curve before, so yeah. Karma. But and then you need a tape measure, and my tape measure, I don't know where I got this from, to be honest. I probably got this like from Dollar Tree or something. So how I start to make like my outfits, I like to create a construction plan, and this usually helps me like keep track of everything that I need for this outfit, just in case somebody wants the same outfit or in a different size. So I started to do it in like a cool format where I put like the measurements here. Well, I'm ashy, I'm sorry. The measurements here, the fabric and stuff that I need. Then I kind of do like a fake sketch of what it's supposed to look like, and then I'll do like the front pattern and then the back pattern and then the measurements that I need, like where they are and stuff like that. And then I write like a list of like instructions on how like I'm gonna sew it, so I can keep track of it, check it off. And I love checking stuff off, so I'll definitely like write stuff down. And then I have like any photo shoots, styling or props, details or anything like that. Okay, so now it's time to take your measurements, the fun part. For the measurements, if you're making this for yourself, great, you can use yourself. You could try it on as many times as you want. If you're doing this for someone else, then you're gonna need to take their measurements. So first thing that I have down is your bust, and your bust is like the widest part of your breast, so it would be like right here. You would take your tape measure, grab it from behind, and then just measure to the center. But like I said, this is like, so in the fashion world, we don't say like, well, I don't know if people say it, but like in school, they didn't say nipples. They said apex, or like, cause that's like the term for like the widest part, or where your nipple is. So put it near your nipples, girls. Measure it. My bust is a 34. I have little boobs, so just write that down so you have it, because we're gonna need it when we're making our pattern. And then the next one is your waist. So I kind of do, like, technically our waist is like here, right? This is like where your waist is. I kind of do like middle of like a high waist, low waist kind of situation, just so like it could kind of fit the same. Does that make sense? I don't know. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. But that's what I do. I'm a 29 and a half in the waist, trying to be a 27 one day. Your hips. Okay, so you get for your hips all short. Come on, that. This is pathetic. Okay, my hips, right? Okay. We gotta do the widest part. Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay, so the widest part of your butt, basically. You're gonna take your tape measure, wrap it around, and like I said, the widest part of your butt, right there. We're gonna meet in the middle, and mine is a 36. Trying to be a 40, you know? You need to do the length of the dress. I'm like a little hoochie mama. So I want my dress kind of short, so like my coochie like right here, right? So I kind of want it right here. Cause the idea that I have for this dress, you're gonna see once I start styling it. So I guess I'm just looking up here too. It's so hard like to just focus in here, you know? Like I'm looking at y'all, I hope y'all looking at me, but I'm looking at myself too to make sure I don't look stupid. But yeah, so the fuck was I going, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Okay, so the idea, right, that I have for the dress, it's gonna be like real cute. So I need to be a little short, you know? And if you know me, if you follow me on Lexington Fashion on Instagram, or even my personal account, Lexington, so make sure you follow that too. But if you follow me on here, you wanna see my pieces and be like, you a hoe. Not a hoe, you know what I mean? I'm not just all here just sleeping around. But I like to, you know, be a hot girl. So we're gonna do, so right here, past the coochie. Even if you have to like hold, like sometimes I do this, like I'll hold this, to let this go. Do this, make sure it's straight, hold it. And then I'm gonna do like 27. Even though I feel like that's kind of long, but. And now that you have your measurements, you're good to make your pattern. For my pattern paper, they have like numbers on it. What the, oh no, numbers. Oh yeah, numbers. And letters too, letters. Why? I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure I probably learned it in school, like why you have the numbers on it, but honestly, it's not a big deal. But let's get into making this pattern.
Except I apologize. No, I don't want you back, not at all. I just wanted to give you a call. I regret what I said at the mall.
Okay, here is the pattern paper. Oh, first, I'm gonna take the tape measure. The first measurement I'm gonna use is the length of the dress, which is 27 inches. So I'm gonna take my tape measure and just measure down 27. So let's start like kinda up here and then straighten out the tape measure to 27. So after you do the length of the dress, then you're gonna do the bust measurement. Our bust, when we measured, was around our whole body. That included the front and the back pattern. So as we're making one pattern, we only need half of that. And then when we create the pattern, we need a fourth of it. So it kind of makes no sense, but I'm about to show you. I have to work in fourths. So like I said, this is the length of the dress, and we have to cut this on a fold to make sure that both sides is equal. So after, now 8.5 is the number that we need to make the front pattern. We're gonna make one pattern and we're gonna use it for the front, and then we're gonna use it for the back. That's why we're cutting it on the fold, and that's why we're cutting two. So we're gonna go from this point all the way out 8.5 for this top line that I'm trying to get, where it's a fourth of the bust. So another thing that I like to do, and I totally forgot to write it down, to measure from like the bust to the waist. So you would just literally like put it in the middle of your bust and go down to wherever you took that waist measurement earlier. For me, from the middle of my bust to my stomach is 9 inches, and that's gonna help you once you're making this, because I did the 8.5 mark right here. I want to kind of go down 9 inches almost to meet my waist. So the same thing like your bust, you're gonna take your notepad again, or take your waist measurement, right? Divide that by 2. Take your waist, divide it by 2. I got 14.75, and then take that number and then divide it by 2 again. I got 7.375, sorry. So we would go from that 9-inch mark down from the top of the bust. So measure out 7.3 or whatever your whatever number you got. We got the bust, or a fourth of the bust, and then we have all the way down 9 inches down to the waist. This is the waist. So now we got to make a line that kind of connects to here. So we're gonna take our ruler and connect this point down to this. And if you can see, it's starting to look like that little pattern over there. Measure down from this waist point. So now we got the bust point, we got the waist point, and then now we got the hip. So now we're about to measure out from over here to make the hip line. My hip measurement was a 36, so we're about to take your hip measurement, put that in your calculator, divide it by 2, 18, and then take that and then divide that by 2. Take that 9 and measure out from over here all the way past this line. For a hip curve, you gotta make sure your points are lined up. So we need to get on that waist point and meet that hip point at the same damn time. Girl, so we got the bust, we got the waist, we got the hip, and then now we gotta do that around the thigh measurement. The last time we're gonna divide by 2 and then divide by 2 again. I'm gonna take around the thigh, and this is perfect too because this is the end of the dress. Much easier like the bust. Oh my god, we're almost done with our pattern. Are you excited? I hope you're still watching and you're not like, this is a lot of like serious, like this. I hope you're still watching this. We're gonna measure out from here to whatever number you just got. Mine was 7.25. We have a pattern, ladies and gentlemen. So this point looks a little like sketchy. So you could kind of use this if you want to kind of curve it out a little bit. just a little bit more curved, a little bit more cute. Boom. And then I just finished it off with a straight edge for the bottom, because like the bust is just gonna be like a front whoop whoop, you know, whoop. So seam allowance gives us like room forever, right? I'm gonna use 1/2 inch for my seam allowance, just because it's stretchy. Like I said, it's a 4-way stretch, so it's going to stretch either way. I shouldn't have any issues. I'm going to measure up 1 inch, and so that is 1 inch from that line to this. So I'm going to draw a line following these letters. This is 1 inch seam allowance. Now that first part was extra seam allowance up here so we could hem down and make like a straight edge. Now we're about to do seam allowance on this side. I made dashes, took my ruler and put it on that 1/2 inch right there and leaned it on this line and kind of just marked where that 0 is and did it alongside the whole entire line. So now I can take my ruler and take my my hip curve and curve out that line. Okay, so this should, your pattern should look like this. So you have that top part where you bust, it's your extra seam allowance, your 1/2 inch around here, and then that 1 inch at the bottom for the hem. So I like to label my patterns too. Okay, so cut on fold. Once you cut it out, boom. So now it's like this, girl. Got the little hip, you know, one thigh. And now when you cut it, it's going to be both sides. Now I hope it makes sense, because I was explaining it and I'm like, ah, I hope you're getting it now. But you're going to get it more once I cut out the fabric. And you're going to be like, the fabric. So when I said cut on fold, what I meant was take the wrong side. So we call the side with the actual print or design the right side, and then the other side that's just blank, we call that the wrong side. So fold your fabric over enough for the pattern, and then you're gonna pin the pattern down to the fabric. So now the pattern is cut out completely. I just have to take out the pin. As you can see, it's gonna be the front part once I sew it. So now we need a back part. So I was sitting here thinking, I feel like this video is starting to get really long. So I'm gonna split the pattern making process and the sewing process into like 2 different videos. So make sure you subscribe right now. Like, I'm gonna wait for you. So the next Saturday I will upload the video of me actually sewing it, and this will give you time too to process everything that I was like saying. So yeah, subscribe. Also, I have the pink fabric, the dress that I'm making for myself, but I have this blue, it's like a navy and brown, yeah, print, and it's like kind of creamish too, more like brown. Comment your measurement and I will pick one of you guys, and I will use this fabric to make you a dress and send it to you for free. So it's a giveaway. So to enter my little giveaway, I want you to subscribe. So please subscribe to my channel, show some love, you know, support me. If you love me, subscribe, like this video, and then comment your measurements like I said in the comment section below, and I'm gonna pick one of y'all and I'm gonna DM y'all and be like, girl. So I'll see you next Saturday with the sewing process of the same dress, so we could continue to finish that project. And then I got more stuff, you know, that I want to show you. So please subscribe, like, comment, I'll see you later. And thank you for watching.